Welcome to our channel, Little Neckian. Today, we're diving into a pivotal moment in East Asian history, the annexation of Korea by Japan in 1910. This event reshaped the region and left lasting impacts that are still felt today. Let's explore the key events from 1890 to 1910 that led to this momentous change. In the late 19th century, East Asia was a battleground for influence among major powers. Korea, located strategically between China, Russia, and Japan, found itself at the center of this struggle. As China's influence waned, Japan and Russia emerged as the main contenders vying for dominance in the region. Korea's geopolitical significance made it a crucial prize in this contest. The First Sino-Japanese War was a significant conflict fought between China and Japan over control of Korea. The war began in 1894 and ended in 1895 with Japan's decisive victory. The Treaty of Shimonoseki, which concluded the war, recognized Korea's independence from China. However, this independence was more nominal than real, as Japan's influence over the peninsula grew substantially. The war marked Japan's emergence as a major military power and signaled the beginning of Korea's increasing vulnerability to external control. Queen Min, also known as Empress Myeongsong, was a key figure in Korean politics who sought to counter Japanese influence by aligning Korea more closely with Russia. On October 8, 1895, she was brutally assassinated by Japanese agents and Korean collaborators in the Gyeongbokgung Palace. This assassination, known as the Ulmi Incident, led to significant political instability in Korea. The removal of Queen Min allowed Japan to tighten its grip on Korean affairs, pushing the country further into political turmoil. In February 1896, fearing for his safety after Queen Min's assassination, King Gojong sought refuge in the Russian legation in Seoul. This act was a desperate move to escape Japanese pressure and secure protection from Russia. Gojong's stay at the legation lasted about a year, during which time Russian influence in Korea temporarily increased. In 1897, King Gojong declared the establishment of the Korean Empire, transitioning from the Joseon dynasty to a more modern state structure. This proclamation aimed to strengthen Korea's sovereignty and assert its independence amidst growing foreign pressures. The early 20th century saw another significant conflict, the Russo-Japanese War, fought between 1904 and 1905. This war was over territorial ambitions in Manchuria and Korea, with Japan aiming to curb Russian expansion in East Asia. Japan's victory was a surprise to many and solidified its status as a dominant regional power. The war ended with the Treaty of Portsmouth, mediated by the United States, which recognized Japan's paramount interests in Korea. This victory eliminated Russian influence in Korea, leaving Japan with uncontested dominance over the peninsula. Following its victory in the Russo-Japanese War, Japan moved swiftly to formalize its control over Korea. In November 1905, the Ulsa Treaty, also known as the Japan-Korea Protectorate Treaty, was signed under coercion. This treaty effectively made Korea a protectorate of Japan, stripping it of its diplomatic sovereignty and placing Japanese officials in key government positions. Despite significant opposition from Korean officials and citizens who viewed the treaty as an affront to their national sovereignty, Japan suppressed any resistance, further entrenching its control over Korean affairs. Emperor Gojong's efforts to seek international support against Japanese domination, including sending emissaries to the Hague Conference in 1907, were met with failure. The Japanese, angered by Gojong's attempts to rally international opposition, forced him to abdicate in favor of his son, Emperor Sunjong, in July 1907. This forced abdication was a clear demonstration of Japan's dominance and further weakened Korean sovereignty. With Sunjong as a largely powerless figurehead, real power was increasingly concentrated in the hands of Japanese officials. The final act in Japan's takeover of Korea came in 1910. On August 22, 1910, the Japan-Korea Annexation Treaty was signed, and on August 29, 1910, it was proclaimed. This treaty formally annexed Korea into the Japanese Empire, ending the Korean Empire and its sovereignty. The annexation was implemented through a combination of military presence and administrative reorganization, establishing Japan's colonial rule over Korea. The terms of the treaty made it clear that Korea was now a part of the Japanese Empire, and all administrative control was transferred to Japan. The annexation of Korea had profound and lasting impacts on Korean society, economy, and culture. Economically, Japan exploited Korea's natural and human resources for its own benefit, leading to significant changes and hardships for many Koreans. Culturally, Japanese authorities implemented policies aimed at suppressing Korean identity, including the promotion of the Japanese language and customs over Korean traditions. Despite these challenges, the Korean people resisted Japanese rule, with movements such as the March 1st movement in 1919, which, although brutally suppressed, inspired future resistance efforts. The legacy of this period continues to influence Korea-Japan relations today, with historical grievances and issues of reparations and apologies remaining contentious in diplomatic dialogues. Understanding the Korea-Japan annexation helps us grasp the complex history and ongoing issues between these two nations. This period of history is a testament to the resilience of the Korean people and the enduring impact of historical events on contemporary relations. If you found this video insightful, please like, share, and subscribe for more historical deep dives.